Hi, it's Amanda and I'm at the Calcutta International Airport right now because I'm flying to Singapore in a bit for my birthday trip, and it's going to be my first time alone on my birthday. I'm doing a solo trip this time, so I'm excited to have a new experience in a new country as I bring in a new year in my life. So this time around, I'm actually going to vlog this entire trip and show you around Singapore and some of the really cool tourist spots there, as well as a lot of interesting eateries and cafes. So I'm really looking forward to vlogging about my travels for the very first time too. My flight is 15 minutes late. I'm a little nervous because I have a flight from here to Kuala Lumpur and then from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. So this flight is 15 minutes late. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed further than that. And yeah, I'm ready to sleep on the flight as soon as I get on. Clearly, it's going to be a long day ahead. As soon as I land, I'm going to be roaming around, so I don't really anticipate getting much sleep. But anyway, chalo, let's see what happens. Hello, good morning. So I'm at the Kuala Lumpur airport and the flight was such a roller coaster. I felt like I was at Disneyland. And when I woke up, I think someone actually puked during the flight because an entire row was empty with just a bunch of tissues all over it. And every single time there was turbulence, which was like 90% of the flight, they would announce that there is turbulence because we couldn't feel all the bumps. So I didn't get much sleep, but I'm happy that half the journey is over. And I'm really glad that they put me on an aisle seat. You know, when I was a kid, I loved taking the window seats, and now I love the aisle seats because you can get your backpack and exit first. And also, if you're very restless like I am, you know, it's easy to just like get out and walk around. So yeah, how do you guys like to travel in flights? Do you prefer window seats, aisle seats? If you don't care, let me know. So yeah, in a couple of hours I will be in Singapore finally, and hopefully a little more awake than this. My hostel doesn't have a check-in time till 3 p.m. I've actually changed at the airport and just freshened up, and now I'm just gonna drop my backpack at the hostel and use public transportation here for the first time, and I think the bus is here, so I better go. My first meal in Singapore after a really crazy day. The public transportation was a little tricky to figure out in terms of using buses and all. Behind me are the amazing super trees, and there's a skywalk which you can do. It's really hot, so I'm not really feeling up to it, especially because I'm very sleepy right now. The goal for today is to sightsee, shop, and eat a lot of food. So that sounds like the recipe for a good birthday, doesn't it? Alright, well, let's head to the first destination. Chalo! One of the cool things about traveling solo is you have to rely on, you know, other random people to click good photos of you, and it's always fun to see like how different people have different perspectives when they take your photo. So it's actually kind of nice to be vulnerable that way. I think Singapore probably has a lot to offer. It's just that this is really not the right weather to be out and about. That's just the situation right now, but let's tough it out a bit. A beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day, not so much. The weather actually is far from beautiful, but that is not going to stop us. Hello, so I'm at Bugis Street and there are 3 stories with tons of clothes and t-shirts and trinkets to check out and buy, and it's really overwhelming. It reminds me a bit of MBK Market in Bangkok, but much better selection of clothing here for sure, hands down. Google Maps has clearly lost the plot in Singapore. It's constantly giving the wrong directions. It just told me the MRT I actually took right now was shut down on Sundays, but clearly it worked. I just took that. कल जितना बुरा दिन था आज उतना ही अच्छा निकला. I was able to check out some really cool places, buy some souvenirs, some new clothes, had an amazing high tea session, and now I'm just heading back to the hostel to get some rest, and then I have a dinner food review which I'm also excited about. So it's been a pretty good birthday, and I think people should definitely try traveling solo for their birthday at least once. There's a lot of stigma surrounding it for whatever reason, but I think it's actually so relaxing and rejuvenating to just go on a solo trip for your birthday. So definitely try it out once if you haven't done so before, and let me know how it goes for you in the comments below whenever you do that. I would love to hear from you all. Anyway, I'm heading back to the hostel. I need to get some shut-eye. I'm really tired. Hello, I am outside the ArtScience Museum. I've been invited to check out all 3 of their exhibits, including one which is themed on Alice in Wonderland. How cool is that? Let's head inside and find out how all 3 exhibits are structured. Hello from Sentosa. I finally made it. I was a little worried that after the museum I wouldn't be able to get here on time, but I'm actually here before time. The monorail and the MRTs are really efficient. I'm at Miska Cafe, and their specialties include Mediterranean food, wraps, and pizza. Oh, and the starters are here. Let's check it out. That was such an amazing lunch. Ralph was super sweet, made me try out a lot of different dishes. Everything was freshly made. Some of the ingredients were sourced from other countries. It's actually amazing how big the portions were. Like the pizza I got was a kid-sized one, and even that easily a family of 2 could enjoy. So the regular size pizza, I have no idea like how large that would be. So another thing in Sentosa you may want to check out is Universal Studios. The reason I'm not adding it to my trip is because I've seen the Universal Studios in California. So it doesn't really make sense for me to spend an entire day going to Universal Studios here again. But that is something you should totally check out if you haven't been to any other Universal Studios before. I just got down bus B and I'm at Palawan Beach. The greatest thing about this beach right now is the fact that there are hardly any people. That's the beauty of coming to a beach on a Monday. You kind of have the entire place to yourself. So let's go and walk on the sand. Hi, I'm at the airport in Singapore, and behind me is a place called TWG Tea. They have, get this, 800 different types of tea varieties from all over the world. So if you are a tea lover, this place is an absolute must for you. Shout out to Cherry. She helped me sniff about 30-40 different types of teas. Yeah, I'm that irritating tea customer, and I was able to make some purchases. They have some really amazing macaroons with tea flavors infused, which I also picked up, and she was really sweet. She actually added some chocolates, so really nice of her, and I highly recommend this place because I just cannot explain how overwhelming it was to have 800 absolutely unique tea varieties in one shop. Highly, highly, highly recommended. My flight is delayed by 35 minutes. I now only have about 85 minutes to catch my connecting flight from Bangkok to Calcutta. Let's hope that I'm able to make it back home on time. Hello from Calcutta. If you've been watching this video up until now, thank you so much for patiently watching this entire journey. I know that the camera was really shaky at a lot of portions. It's my first time ever vlogging. Hopefully this will get better with future attempts. If I had to look back and think of my favorite places in this entire Singapore trip, it would definitely be Gardens by the Bay. The night show was incredible. I loved Palawan Beach because it was so clean and so peaceful, and very few people were there, so it was a very different experience altogether. I really enjoyed the largest indoor waterfall, the rain vortex at the airport. That was beautiful to see up close and personal. The Old Hill Street police station was a great place to take photos because it was just so colorful, and that made me really happy, just seeing all those bright colors everywhere. Shopping wise, I enjoyed Chinatown for souvenirs, and I really loved Bugis Street for all of the beautiful clothes they sold at such great prices. Food-wise, definitely the Friends-themed Central Perk Cafe. How could I not love that? And the most delicious meal I had in the entire trip was at Avorush. I would say the afternoon tea at Brunches Cafe was also quite an amazing thing to try out because it was very luxurious and it was nice to kind of feel pampered. And what else? Oh yeah, and the TWG Tea, that was a wonderful shop. I love tea, so maybe I'm being a little bit biased. And lastly, I stayed in a sleeping pod for the first time, so that was really cool. I really enjoyed the experience of doing that. So in a nutshell, those would be the highlights of my entire trip and things I would definitely recommend you all do if you're planning a visit there for the first time. If you've been to Singapore and there's something I missed out which you really recommend, comment below and let me know. And if you are planning to go to Singapore for the first time and have any questions, you can also comment below and share those questions with me and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Alrighty then, stay tuned for more videos as I continue to travel the world and bon voyage!